Not bad. Are you feeling better, miss? Something wrong here.
play golf. Contrary to popular belief, golf is not a waste of time. The transforming of city dumps, vacant lots, and civic eyesores into beautiful greens and fairways more than justifies the existence of the game. Out in the green open fields where a man can get away from it all. Happily, the golfer chooses his club. The modern golfer comes standard equipped with a set of scientifically matched and balanced clubs. A tee is used to support the ball. The interlocking grip is extremely scientific. The club is held loosely betwixt the thumb and forefinger of the right hand. Place the left hand, palm open, facing away, then slide the right hand below the left. Now flex the thumb and close the palm while moving the index finger over the lower thumb. Once this grip is mastered, the golfer is in a position to hit the ball, which is the object of the game. The interlocking grip gives the golfer a virtually unbreakable hold on the club. This is a divot caused by an incorrect swing. And now let us analyze the correct swing by reducing the figure to its simplest form. This diagrammatical figure clearly shows the symmetrical design created by the path of action. Note how the golfer completes the stroke with an easy, graceful follow-through. This isn't as easy as it looks. Perfect form requires delicate coordination of the hands, feet, arms, legs, elbows, nose, and mind. And, oh yes, always remember, keep your eye on the ball. The putt is the simplest of all strokes. The ball is simply hit from here to here. However, better golfers leave nothing to chance. They consider all the elements: wind velocity, humidity, rotation of the earth, time of day, temperature, drift indication, lay of the land, trajectory angle, longitude, latitude, and a bit of mental calculation. This routine completed, the putt can now be made with confidence. Missing a putt is very aggravating. The approach shot, or chip to the pin. A ball incorrectly hit is known as a hook, slice, flub, dub, or something which causes the ball to curve in flight and usually results with the ball landing in the rough. The golden rule of golf is to play the ball where it lies. The golfer is sometimes tempted to remove his ball to a slightly better position. This is strictly forbidden. Always play the ball where it lies. Even in a sand trap, the golfer must obey that ironclad rule to play the ball where it lies. This may prove a bit trying at times, but that is why golf is known as the character-building game. To lose one's temper on the golf links denotes a weakness of willpower. Golf develops a man's best qualities. He learns restraint, poise, dignity, and self-reliance. Always play the ball where it lies. Playing the ball where it lies becomes an obsession. Having covered the course, we come at last to the 19th hole, where we join our friends in the proverbial bull session that ends a perfect day of golf. Good old acquaintance be forgot, and days of old lang
Be right out. It's a lovely day, you betcha. Everything is gay, you betcha. La 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 la. Diddle doodle dum, doo dum, doo doo. La 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 la. Yep, I got some. Guess which hand? Nope. 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 No! gonna wash glorious. She's gonna look glorious. Bum, 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 bum. Your bath's ready, Glorious. Hey, Glorious, come back. Good morning, sir. Something wrong here. Glorious! Get it! Glorious! Gonna wash glorious. She's gonna look glorious. Bum, 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 bum. La, 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 la. Gosh.
Here is the home of Mr. G.G. Geef, daring adventurer, famous explorer, great athlete, pioneer woodsman, Indian fighter, trapper, and soldier of fortune. In the eyes of his son, that is.
Well, son, you're going to learn plenty about the great outdoors. I'm going to teach you how to make camping, how to build a fire, show you all about woodcraft.
Gee, swell, Dad.
And then I'm going to show you how to hunt.
Oh, boy, Pop. Maybe we'll get a lion, huh?
Well, we might get a rabbit.
Oh, boy.
I was driving a stagecoach between Tobar and Lombok. $1 million in gold dust. Bandits lurking behind every rock. Gee-haw, mice! Get along!
Gee, Williker!
Yep, there I stood. Injuns coming from every which way and knocking them off like flies.
God!
Followed these tracks into the densest jungle. Biggest tiger I ever shot. Charging straight for me, hoofs a-pounding, ground a-shaking. Cool and collected. What was that?
Sounded like a back tire, Daddy.
Oh, I thought it was a front one. Well, here we are. Good a place as any. Let's hit the trail.
You got it, Pop!
Yep, drilled it right between the eyes. Toss it up again, son. Reminds me of the time in the Swiss Alps. I was guiding a party of 4, scaling the Matterhorn. Well, this is a good spot. We'll pitch camp right here, son. You unpack the victuals and I'll hang up our meat, safe from the little forest creatures. Hmm?
Any wild animals up here, Pop?
No, and if there was, I'd grab him by the tail. I'd swing him around, and I'd twist his arm, and I'd jump on him, and then I'd give him the old heave-ho.
Come on, Pop. Let's skin that old lion.
Come on, son. We gotta rustle up some grub. Now we rub 2 sticks together. This is the way the Indians did it. Better put your sweater on. Not bad, huh? For not using any matches. Yep, son. Used to be known as Sourdough Joe. Best flapjacks in the Yukon. Mm-hmm. Really stick to your ribs.
What was that? A lion?
Nah, just forest noises. Well, time to bed down. Good night, son.
Good night, Daddy.
Keep your powder dry.
Daddy. I want a drink of water.
Okay.
Daddy,
What?
we didn't say our prayers. And bless Mommy, and bless Daddy, and bless the lion. Amen. Daddy,
Yeah.
do lions sleep in sleeping bags?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Lions, mine. A lion?
Shoot him, Daddy! Hey, Pop, not this tree, that one.
Never you mind. I'm checking this one first. I gotcha. Stick 'em up. Woo!
Chase him closer, Daddy!
Which way did he go? He's gone. Pull up stakes, son. We're breaking camp.
Oh, boy, Pop! You almost caught that old lion.
Yeah, I did. Well, it's lucky for him, because I'd grab him by the tail, and I'd swing him around, and I'd twist his arm, and I'd jump on him, and then I'd give him the old heave-ho. The lion! Did I ever tell you about the time I was a race driver?
The big city, with its teeming multitudes, its excitement, its robust existence, people engaged in the stimulating struggle for achievement. For here, things run like clockwork, have to. Time is valuable.
You're late, Geef. Get to work!
Geef's plans and ambitions will one day be realized if he keeps pace with the ever-present challenge.
You're killing time, Geef. Get to work!
And as time goes on, he feels a sense of satisfaction in keeping the wheels turning smoothly as each fruitful day follows the other. But somewhere deep within every man is a feeling of escape.
The voice of the trade winds is calling, 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 calling.
Quit dreaming, Geef. Get to work!
The voice of the trade winds is calling, 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 calling.
And so a tiny coral island took this Malihini, this stranger, to its heart. On this isle of exotic beauty where time stands still.
Worry that was never meant to be. Cast all your troubles in the tropic sea. The sunlight and starlight are all for free. It's the place for a man to be. Hurry, hurry, come along with me. Down where the breeze is sighing tenderly. The music you hear from the rolling sea. Here's the place for a man like me.
You're fired? Oh, yeah? I quit.
With this final gesture, Malihini Geef bids aloha to his old life. Here, a kind and friendly providence has made it easy to obtain shelter. And here, in a holly or house of his own creation, gentle winds whisper, sleep, sleep. Here in the nighttime come the tiptoe footfalls of tropic rain, caressing, soothing, like a lullaby, and kindly, life-loving nature beams down upon him. So it was here amidst the confines of the gods that Geef knew he had found his paradise complete. And with life's necessities so bountifully provided, Geef has the time a man needs for relaxation and thoughtful meditation. Amid this tropic tranquility, he is able to release a long stifled ambition to paint. And at long last, he is free to write his novel.
Whoa!
Gay music tells of festivities, saying, Helimai, wiki, wiki, come to the luau. Gathered from the profusion of nature's storehouse is Niu Wayu, the milk of the coconut. Halakahiki, the pineapple. Fresh breadfruit. Delicacies from the sea, shark fin soup, topped with the soothing elixir of the luau, the bromo uki. Yes, in the words of Venerable Aikani, last of the ancient priests, Ke ala ikapu uvai a ia maka opu, or the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But there is still more. Lovely Polynesian wahinis dancing to the lilting and expressive language of the hula. The Malahini's eyes follow the rhythmic hands that weave a happy tale of the islands, telling a story of the coming of a great white god. Now is the time for rejoicing. The honored guests, so the gods say, for it is he and he alone who can appease angry Pele, the fire goddess. And so a sacrificial tribute must be offered by the simple, lovable, hospitable islanders. Geef knew the friendly natives wouldn't throw him to the volcano, but they did. Mighty Pele is stilled. Romance blossoms again. Kindly Polynesian gods smile upon the islands, and trade winds whisper, this is paradise once more.
Go on. Goodbye.
Every large city offers a wealth of opportunities for a good private detective. The requirements for such a job are quite simple. Item number 1, he needs office space. Item number 2, a client. A classy dame with a problem.
Well, howdy, ma'am.
Find Al.
Sure, I'll find Al. Oh, boy, 100 smackaroos.
Item number 3, he needs a working agreement with homicide.
Al? Al who?
Now listen, you leave this Al case to the police. Understand?
And last but not least, a shady or suspicious character.
Huh?
Hey, Seamus. Toss me your heater. Nah, stupid. Your rod, your gat, your gun.
But a smart dick knows how to handle a cheap hood.
Eyeball, you know too much about Al.
A private eye knows how to dish it out.
Oh, yeah? Well, take this.
And how to take it. Ever alert, he follows every lead.
I told you to drop this case, Eyeball.
Well, how did you know it was me?
Has a photographic eye and never forgets a face.
Say, do you know Al?
Don't hear you.
I'll give you $1.
I hear you now. This one's on the house. Did you say Al?
I know that face. I think. Looks like I'm getting to the bottom of this case.
I thought I told you to let the police handle this Al case.
Obviously, the next step is to check the Chronicle's files and get all the information on Al.
Now, where have I seen that face before?
Beat it, and don't come back till you're ready.
A smart operator always keeps in close contact with the police.
I told you to leave this case alone, eyeball.
Say,
Beat it. I'm busy.
You leave this Al case to the police.
A check with the underworld brings quick results.
follow that car.
Yeah, follow that car.
Follow that car.
Here's Al.
Al?
Somebody call me?
Al Muldoon? Where have you been?
I told you to leave this case alone.
Well, guess that proves that crime don't pay.
Today, more than ever before, education is playing an important role in the teaching of children. The school has become a vital part of every community, drawing children from every walk of life,
Off to school, George.
eager to take advantage of its opportunities. Emerging from their sheltered confines, slipping easily into the habits of the student. Coming from far and near, struggling toward an education, whetting their appetites for knowledge, forming friendships for the future, Childish energy lets nothing stand in its way. In their tiny hands, they hold the future. The person upon whose capable shoulders rests the responsibility for their education is that unsung hero, the teacher. He must be fair, honest, understanding, and intelligent. He must handle every situation with the utmost dignity. With a complete understanding of his pupils, the experienced teacher equips himself for the classroom.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear teacher. Good morning to you.
George!
Good morning, dear teacher. We're happy to be here. Good morning, dear teacher. We love our school so dear.
Roll call, pupils. Eddie.
Here.
Mike.
Here.
Tim.
Here.
Norma.
Here.
Janice. Winston.
Present.
Marjorie.
Here.
John.
Here.
Lucille. George. George! Homework, children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. Who's absent? George, desist! A geography lesson. Now, children, we will study the effect history has played on geography. According to today's paper, the boundaries of Thailand, or Siam, but in your book is French Indochina, whereas Persia, now called, well, Mesopotamia. That's not far from the Afghanistan bordered by northern India. That's Pakistan. At the same time, however,
Have you heard the one about
The students eagerly return to the classroom.
spelling time. George, how do you spell the word cat?
cat. K-A-T. Cat.
Wrong.
Youthful minds are encouraged to develop their latent talents. Ah, yes, the creative outlets of the arts and the crafts. Tests and examinations fill out the day as bright little minds gather knowledge from their teacher. But little hands make the time pass quickly. Contrary to popular belief, the teacher's work is not through at the end of the school day. Oh, no. There are many unfinished chores, blackboards to be cleaned, erasers dusted, and of course the ever-present parent-teacher relationship.
Hey, what's the matter with my kid's grammar?
So, it is to this great profession and its halls of learning that we dedicate this. When the occasion arises, there are times when disciplinary actions must be taken.
Huh? Take that!
Oh, I'm a roping, I'm a riding, I'm a shooting fool. Oh, I'm as tough and ornery, meaner than a rawhide mule. Oh, I'm as quick as crazy lightning when I go for my gun. Reach, you mangy buzzards, reach for the sun. You know, it's a darn good thing you ain't real. 'Cause if you was, I'd get the drop on you. And drill you right between the eyes. Road hog. Anybody home? Howdy, ma'am.
My hero.
Gosh.
Bye.
Wow!
Oh, that's hay!
Yow!
Ho!
Yep! Single-handed, he knocked him down, walked all over him, and...
Oh, I whipped out my trusty six guns, dropped them in their tracks.
Here he comes now!
Hooray! Howdy, folks.
Toughest galoot I ever seen.
Oh, me?
Made old Pete pull leather.
No kidding.
Tossed him like a bull-faced heifer.
Yeah?
No, sirree. Pete'll pull out of these parts for sure.
Pete's a-coming. Pete? Pete who? Oh, oh, Pete.
Where is he? At!
Oh, I'm alive. Give me a double sarsaparilla float. Hello, ugly.
Look. I'll bust you right in the half.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. Howdy, lady.
My hero.
It's her. May I help you, ma'am? What a gal. The usual.
average man's life is controlled by the clock. It gets into work on time, home on time, bed on time. Up, work, home, to bed. Up, work, home. This same monotonous pattern continues through the week. But Saturday night, Saturday night, gay, laughing, mad Saturday night. When the average man lets loose, stays up late. And why do you do this, Mr. Average Man? Because tomorrow is Sunday, your day of rest. Sunday morning. No alarm clocks, no rushing, complete relaxation.
Let your father sleep.
All right, Mommy.
You know your father likes to sleep on Sunday.
I'm sleeping.
Anyone for tennis? Softly sighing sounds of early morn. Hark, a new day is born. You didn't want to sleep your life away. Now for that old Sunday morning paper. Yep, the coast's clear. Hi, Geef.
Hello there, Mr. Geef.
Morning. Yeah, Geef.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, good to see you, Geef. Hi, Geef. It's truly a day of rest. Lounging around in your pajamas, unshaven. Just plain old loafing.
Company's coming. Get this place cleaned up. I gotta shave. Come on, hurry up. Don't stand there. Get moving. Shake a leg. Come on, now get going. Everybody ready?
Well, well, this is a pleasant surprise.
Oh, hello. Come on in.
After a leisurely breakfast, you've got the whole day to yourself. To many, Sunday means tinkering with the car, puttering in the garden, making necessary repairs, or perhaps a little recreation. But to others, it's the day of rest.
George, you promised to drive Junior to the beach.
Come on, Daddy.
Nothing doing. It's my day off, and I'm staying right here.
The open road and a pleasant Sunday drive.
Drive faster, Daddy.
Stop it, Junior. Lay down, Bowser. Let that alone. Get your hands off of that. Come on, quit pushing. Move over. Stop. Lay off. Junior!
All out?
At last, the beach.
All right. Hey, here you are. Hey, look at the nice roller coaster. A whoops! Hold on tight. Junior! Come back here. Where'd you go? Oh! Junior, get out of there!
What's the big...
Well, how do you do?
Next, out! Oh, no, no, stop it! Oh, no, out!
Next.
Son of a gun of a doggone field. Junior! Junior, come to Daddy. Wait till I get you.
Gotcha. Reluctantly, you leave the fun zone and hurry to beat the traffic home.
Sunday drivers.
Truly the end of a perfect day of rest.
I want to go home.
But you can take it because there's always tomorrow. Happy Monday, when you start that wonderful, relaxing humdrum of that good old monotonous week, where you rest up for your day of rest.
Our next film takes Goofy south of the border for an unexpected encounter with bulls and bullfighting. Its depiction of Mexican villagers might be considered stereotypical, but it's certainly not mean-spirited and wasn't meant to be. The cartoon shows great respect for matadors and the tradition of bullfighting, and also tips its hat to Mexican music by giving special billing to the renowned trumpeter Rafael Mendez, who plays all the incredible solos you'll hear on the soundtrack. The film was designed by a wonderful artist named Ivan Earl, whose stylish work here led to him being assigned the production design of Walt Disney's most ambitious animated feature, Sleeping Beauty. Earl subsequently won a worldwide reputation for his paintings, so you can brag that you saw some of his earliest modern art in the backdrop of this cartoon.
Bullfight, with its excitement, its pageantry, its color, its enthusiastic fans. Crowds fill the arena to overflowing to see the ferocious bull matched against the courage and skill of that national hero, the matador. But all of this means very little to the turista, or tourist, who knows nothing of matadors and brave bulls.
Ay, 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 ay.
Hey, amigos, come see mucho loco americano.
Shoo, shoo, bossy, shoo. Stop it all.
Sí.
Bruto!
¡Idiota!
¡Imbécil!
¡Ah, Chihuahua!
I scared her. Doggone cow.
¡Bravo!
Estupendo!
¡Magnífico!
Un matador americano que va hacia la capital en un Model T Ford. Es el torero más estupendo desde Manolete. On top of old Popocatépetl, all covered with Flash, the greatest of all matadores, has been found, and is on his way to fight in our bull ring.
Friendly folks.
Él es un jolly good gringo que nadie puede negar.
Zapatillas, pantalones, tirantes, faja, chaleco, chaquetilla, montera.
Oh, Halloween! Well, this is nice. Matador? Bullfighter? A fighter of the bulls? Me? Oh, no! Must be a dairy.
A ferocious fighting bull has been vanquished by a truly great matador. Never in the history of the bullfight has there been such a magnificent performance. A great sight for the turista, who besides his usual collection of curios, will take home a better understanding of matadors and brave bulls.
When the first settlers landed in America, it was a vast, unexplored wilderness. Trails soon appeared, of course, and eventually became tracks or wagon roads during the westward expansion. And these finally developed into a system of highways with the coming of the automobile in the 20th century. But in just the past few decades, a new kind of road has begun to spread across the nation. It is called thruway, or parkway, or expressway, or freeway, but the names all mean the same thing. We shall call it freeway, but whatever the name, it is now a part of our way of life. Freeways are already proving invaluable, particularly around large population centers. But they do pose some special problems for the millions of drivers who use them. Freeways are designed for the high-speed movement of great numbers of automobiles, and when used properly are safer than ordinary surface streets, 2.5 times safer in fact. But the freeway is a new and different world, a world which requires a new and different kind of driving by those who use it. Motorists here are bound together by certain practical rules and courtesies necessary for mutual protection. And any individual who does not or will not recognize this is a menace to everyone. However, such drivers can usually be separated into certain types, which can be illustrated by a few rather extreme examples. This specimen we shall call Driverius timidicus, the timid driver, a shy and retiring fellow. Usually overcautious, he can be a definite menace because he does not adjust to freeway driving demands. For an example, observe the way he enters a freeway on which the traffic is heavy but moving well. Mr. T proceeds carefully along the entrance ramp, which of course he should do. Now he tries to keep one eye on the car ahead of him, and the other on his rear view mirror to look for oncoming traffic. But he doesn't really trust mirrors, and he finds it confusing anyway. So he slows down as he would at an ordinary street intersection and takes a good look. The spaces seem very small. So, again, as he would at an intersection, he stops to wait for a big opening. This often comes as a surprise to drivers behind him and can result in a sort of boxcar effect. Now, while Timidicus watches for that big opening, let's go back a moment and see what he should have done. With the entrance ramp clear ahead, he should have been picking up speed to begin to match that of cars in the traffic lanes. His rearview mirror, plus a quick glance back, would have covered any blind spots, and he could have made final speed adjustments in the merging or acceleration lane. Now, showing firm intention, he would need only a slight change in speed, faster or slower, to slip easily into a small space. Also, the driver behind is now able to be courteous and let him in. But getting back to Mr. T, he has increased his own problem enormously by stopping unnecessarily. To go from a full stop to freeway speed, say about 55 miles per hour, would require over 500 feet, roughly twice the length of a football field, before he can merge safely. And Mr. T must start at precisely the right instant, or the gap will close too quickly, and he will be in danger of a rear-end collision. The approaching driver will be forced to slow down. And this can mushroom into a chain reaction, causing the boxcar effect again, this time far down the line of traffic. But again, what about Timidicus, who at last finds himself on the freeway? High speed makes him nervous and apprehensive, so he drives slowly. If he keeps to the right and doesn't go too slow, this causes little real trouble. But all too often, he strays into the fast traffic lanes. Mr. T, convinced that people shouldn't drive so fast anyway, believes he is driving safely and has no idea that he may be creating a problem. But now, drivers behind him are forced to slow down quickly to avoid a collision, or rapidly change lanes, which causes others to slow down. This can result in the usual chain reaction and boxcar effect. And innocent drivers often pay because Mr. T does not adjust to the freeway. The delay and confusion that follows invariably frays nerves and tempers and reveals another freeway menace we shall call Motoramus fidgetus, the impatient motorist.
Gall dang people that camp on the freeway. Come on, get going.
Members of this species are usually excitable.
What's the matter up there? Move it, come on, move it.
Explosive in nature.
Get a horse!
Or highly competitive in spirit.
Oh, yeah? Well, the same to you, Buster.
Mr. F usually displays an avid desire to get ahead, and when free to do so, is an habitual lane changer. Of course, a lane change is sometimes necessary, and when it is, a signal should always be given first. Next, a quick look to cover the blind spot. Then speed up and move in well ahead of the car in the next lane. Freeway pros will cooperate by dropping back a bit, for they know that courtesy is a practical rule here. But Fidgetus, in his impatience, will cut sharply in front of other drivers, forcing them to use their brakes. The same chain reaction often results. And Mr. F's progress can sometimes be measured by the path of destruction he leaves behind. But Mr. F occasionally finds himself unable to pass the car ahead. And now, in irate frustration, he is apt to move up bumper to bumper, regardless of the speed.
Come on, get going, get out of my way.
Unfortunately, Mr. F doesn't realize he's driving a potential engine of destruction more powerful than the largest battering ram ever to breach a castle wall. To explain, let us pause a moment, return him to his car, and see some freeway facts of life. Let's say Mr. F is traveling 60 miles per hour. A figure equal to about half the number of miles per hour added to that number gives the speed in feet per second. Thus, at 60 miles per hour, 90 feet is approximately the distance Mr. F's car travels in just 1 second. On a football field, it would move about 30 yards every second and go from goal line to goal line in just over 3 seconds. But now let's go down to the field for a little demonstration in which Mr. F himself is the subject. As he watches the scoreboard, a signal suddenly flashes. Now let's see what happens inside Mr. F. First, his eyes receive the signal and transmit it to certain centers in his brain. There it is identified, analyzed, calculated, and computed. And an action decision may be handed down.
Stop! Hit the brake!
The message goes out to the legs and feet, and finally the brakes are applied. If we run through it again with a stopwatch, we find all this takes about 1 second.
Stop! Hit the brake!
Now, if Mr. F crosses the goal line at 60 miles per hour just as a stop signal flashes, he will travel a minimum of 30 yards before he touches his brakes. And even with good brakes and dry pavement, he will still cover another 70 yards to the opposite goal before finally stopping. So, Mr. F was actually preceded by a sort of danger zone made up of his reaction distance plus his braking distance. Now, imagine he's on the freeway, a bit behind and to one side of a car identical to his. Let's go to slow motion and suppose that for some reason, the leading driver decides to stop and applies his brakes here. Mr. F reacts as soon as he sees the flashing taillight ahead, but he cannot apply his brakes until here, past the point where the first driver began to stop. The braking distances are the same, and Mr. F comes to a halt this much farther along. Obviously, had Mr. F been in the same lane, there would have been a jarring rear-end collision. And possibly even others. When behind another car on the freeway, drop back as speed increases to allow for reaction distance. Under good conditions, the usual rule of thumb is 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour, 6 car lengths. When road conditions are poor, make it a bit more. Now, back to Fidgetus. Does he drop back as speed increases? No. He's still bumper chasing. Is he alert to movements several cars ahead of him, anticipating possible emergencies? No, he's left himself no margin of safety because he... watch it! Not now! Look out for the car ahead! It's stopping! Even if the impact speed is down to 30 miles per hour, the result for Mr. F could be like driving off the roof of a 3-story building. Last but not least, we have the annoying type, called Neglectorus Maximus, the inattentive driver. Often Mr. N is simply hypnotized by the drone of traffic and carried off to dreamland. Then again, he may suddenly decide that the freeway is an ideal place to study his maps. You may see him enjoying a second cup of coffee, or even getting in a quick shave while driving. Of course, his favorite pastime is conversation, especially with someone in the back seat.
Yeah, just picked her up this morning. Flat out, she'll put down anything on the road.
Neglectorus can be a problem to others, even when not directly involved, because he's usually a rubbernecker. And if some mishap slows traffic on one side of the freeway, he will jam the other side simply by being curious. And Mr. N is particularly careless regarding signs and directions. Thus, he is usually almost past his exit when he notices it, has to change lanes quickly to make it, and there's the same old chain reaction. Finally, Mr. N often neglects his speedometer and forgets he is moving at freeway speeds as he re-enters the world of surface streets.
Hush up.
So, on the freeway, watch out for the driver types we have called Neglectorus, Fidgetus, and Timidicus. From time to time, you're bound to see one of these characters, and when you do, avoid them if you can.
Yeah, and just make sure you never become one. You see what I mean?
What do you know?
increasing frequency, new sections of freeway are being opened around the world, and the motorist has come to depend upon them more each year. They may be called throughways, or expressways, or parkways, or motorways, as well as freeways. But they are all the same to the hundreds of thousands of drivers who now use them. However, the freeways are a world to themselves. They have their own practical driving rules, and they have their own special kinds of problems, usually caused by motorists who ignore these rules. We have all seen such types, specimens like those we call Driverius timidicus, the timid soul, and Neglectorus maximus, the careless, seemingly unconscious driver. And most of us have had a brush with Motoramus fidgetus, the impatient, discourteous motorist.
What's the matter up there? Move it! Come on, move it!
With bad driving habits and techniques, cause accidents and tie-ups that are dangerous and time-consuming for everyone. But there are other freeway problems too, and they often start right here, off the freeway. Of course, there is a certain type of motorist usually involved. There he is now, a nice enough fellow, but the type who never takes care of things. He never seems to learn. So let's call him Stupidicus ultimus.
Oh, what a worrywart. Look at the old fuss budget.
He is often rather contemptuous of anyone who takes such simple precautions as walking around the car for a look at the tires. Mr. S hasn't looked at his tires since he bought the car, so of course they've been run ragged. He hasn't had the motor or brakes checked either. If the car runs, he simply drives it off without a thought. Stupidicus just doesn't realize that on the freeway the demands on every part of his car are much greater. A slick, threadbare tire is usually the first thing to go.
Uh-oh, there goes my tire.
Of course, this can cause Stupidicus to lose control of his car. But if it doesn't, that worn-out tire suddenly becomes very precious to him, and he will actually stop quickly in a traffic lane. Of course, this is the worst thing he could possibly do, and just for a tire that was almost certainly ruined anyway. On the freeway, seemingly minor things, unusual little noises or vibrations, should not be ignored. A carelessly tightened wheel working loose, a rising temperature gauge, a rattling hood latch slightly damaged in a parking mishap, can mean real trouble at freeway speeds.
Uh-oh, there goes my tire.
Stupidicus is the only one to blame for this predicament, but he has other ways of causing himself trouble too. For example, the way he puts things in his car. See how carelessly he piles them in the back seat, never thinking that in a sudden stop,
oh, ouch! Oh, ouch!
Every one can become a dangerous projectile, threatening his life and limbs. But even worse is the way he loads a trailer. He usually piles too much on and then ties it down very carelessly. Naturally, at freeway speeds, part of the load is soon distributed along the way. This adds to other carelessly scattered litter, all of which costs millions of dollars a year to clean up. But there are often more immediate and far more serious results. Another cause of trouble for Stupidicus is his unreasoning belief that it is most economical to buy just enough gasoline for immediate needs.
2 gallons, bud. That ought to get me there.
Without any reserve fuel for possible delays or miscalculations, eventually there can only be one result.
Uh-oh, I'm out of gas. Doggone gas gauge must be busted.
Of course, Stupidicus does sometimes manage to get his car safely out of the traffic lanes after a breakdown. But even then, he often lives up to his name by getting out on the wrong side. Or sometimes trying to make repairs while actually standing in a traffic lane. Sometimes he will even bet his life in a foot race from the center divider to the side. Once in a while, in spite of all precautions, a breakdown will occur. This is a serious matter on a busy freeway, but the dangers can be lessened by following a few common sense rules. First of all, remember that you are in a flowing stream of traffic that cannot be stopped quickly. So if trouble develops, look around and plan your moves. There is nearly always time for that. Next, be sure to give clear signals of your intention before doing anything. Now move carefully but firmly to the side. The outside preferably, if it can be made safely and in time. Almost any driver will be courteous enough to drop back if he realizes you're in trouble. Once off to the side, get well out of the adjacent traffic lane. Get out of your car only if it can be done safely. And even then, stay as far from the moving cars as you can. If it can be done safely, a raised hood is a rather universally recognized distress signal. But warning devices, such as flares or reflectors, should be carried also. 3 or 4 in a bundle secured under the front seat. Always look out for spilled gasoline or other fire hazards before lighting flares, and set them carefully. Set at least one about 50 paces back on the edge of the road, even a bit farther if stopped over a hill or around a curve. Another near the car is recommended, and any such devices are especially vital at night. It's easy to see that good mechanical condition is essential. But there is something else equally as important: the driver. Aside from his car, the condition of the driver, mentally and physically, is vital too. For example, he will put in a hard day's work at the office, getting ready to leave on a vacation. Maybe even attend a little farewell party.
Happy vacation. Have a good time. Bye. See you in 2 weeks.
And start out at the end of the day, planning to drive 300 or 400 miles without a stop. Inevitably, fatigue sets in. But Stupidicus keeps going because he doesn't realize the danger. Let us pause and see what he's up against if he has to stop suddenly. Remember that for a driver to see something, decide what to do, and then take action, usually takes from 3/4 to a full second. Brakes are applied only after that time. When fatigued, a driver may take 2 or 3 times as long before using his brakes. Of course, alcohol can make this problem even worse. But in addition, an intoxicated driver, confronted by an emergency, will often use very poor judgment and take unnecessary chances. Another problem on long trips is that the constant speeds and steady hum of the engine tend to subject Stupidicus, or any other driver, to a kind of freeway hypnosis. This is a serious hazard. But it can be overcome by occasional stops off the road for a moment's rest and refreshment. Finally, Stupidicus doesn't seem to realize that adverse weather conditions always exaggerate and intensify any freeway problem. And that extra care must be taken at such times. He must learn that planning ahead is essential to safe, efficient freeway driving. And he must not forget that this applies to short trips as well as long ones. Many common freeway problems can be avoided if a simplified sort of checklist is followed before getting on the freeway, whether to go across the city or across the country. This checklist should include the car, fuel, water, tires, brakes, engine condition, and seat belts. It should include the driver. Rest beforehand. Be alert. No alcohol. Rest stops on long trips. And it should include the freeway. Traffic conditions, weather conditions, knowing where to get on, where to go, and where to get off. And there is one more item to be included always. One for which there is no substitute. Plain common sense.
Yeah, just plain common sense.
No matter what the circumstances, regardless of the situation, even in the most trying of times, his gangling, homespun charm and high spirits are an inspiration. But what makes Goofy so goofy? Let's go back to 1932 when he made his inauspicious screen debut. It all began in Mickey's Revue with a role as a spectator during a performance. Originally, he was known as Dippy Dog, or occasionally Dippy the Goof, but one look at his awkward demeanor and a name change was inevitable. Jack Kenny, veteran animator, storyman, and director, began with Disney in 1931 and eventually headed the Goofy unit.
The reason I picked the Goof as the character I like to do, having worked with all the rest of them, was the fact that he was such a nice, lean, easy-going kind of a guy, and his actual frame of his body was the type that you could bend, twist, turn upside down, tie in knots, pull. We even have his eyeballs bounce out and back and forth. Well, you do anything with the guy.
There was no end to the trials and tribulations Goofy suffered at the hands of his animators, but he always came out smiling.
Mice?
Goofy's first lead role was opposite an insect pal named Wilbur. A lazy day of fishing allowed Goofy to run the full range of emotions from grief
I'll never see him again. Goodbye, old pal.
to absolute joy.
Wilbur! Gosh, Wilbur, I thought you was a goner.
It was a performance that led to his starring role in The Reluctant Dragon and a segment that guaranteed Goofy's screen immortality, How to Ride a Horse.
Only the magic of the slow-motion camera can do justice to the grace and beauty of this spectacle.
I'd gotten the okay from Walt to do a how to series with the Goof, using narration. And we started the first one was with How to Ride a Horse, which Walt was much into because of his playing the polo bit, you know. And then from there on, we just picked any particular sport that we happened to think might be a going thing at the time or in season.
From then on, the sky was the limit when it came to Goofy's instructional adventures. His hilarious methods of trial and error led to one of the most popular series of cartoons in Hollywood.
The sailor has developed a perfect set of sea legs.
It's blocked. The pitching demands limber brains and well-coordinated muscles, not only in the throwing arm, but of the entire body, in order to achieve that bullet-like delivery of the ball.
A deft flick of the wrist, whip of the pole, the tug of the line, and the angler can easily imagine a fighting fish in a crystal pool.
What a gal.
But Goofy's proudest moment would have to be his unusual dual role in Motor Mania, as a peaceful family man who becomes a monster when he gets behind the wheel.
Driver, Mr. Walker is now Mr. Wheeler, a motorist.
Motor Mania was awarded the Bayer Trophy for the best film on traffic safety.
I loved the guy. I loved him because of his personality. He was the kind of person that anyone would like to be, you know, and not bothered by anything. He's not worried about the world conditions or anything else. It was his world.
Goofy's winning streak continued with an Academy Award nomination for a demanding performance and stunt work in the water skiing romp Aquamania. And, of course, his triumphant return to the screen as a ghost in Mickey's Christmas Carol. A performance that was dramatic, dangerous, and unmistakably goofy.
Gosh, kind of slippery.